when we came in 2018, my husband, myself, our daughter, like I said, it's a family-run social entrepreneurial business. We've been involved in building capacity in communities, helping communities for collectively over 80 years. I'm not as young as I look. And we've been involved in different types of education, entrepreneurial. We got into education also because of a deep need to reform the way things are being done in Nigeria. So when we came in 2018, I did a course in a master's in educational leadership and management. And I felt so strongly in my heart. And I discussed this with my husband. He's doing a PhD currently, and he's also focusing on a topic to reform the educational system. And this time it's to do with sociology of religion, media, because we're involved in media advocacy, and also ensuring, because we're ministers, primarily that's our background. We're pastors, and we've been building the community for quite a while. And we've noticed that it's so critical for more Christian organizations to get into the media world. And since the time of COVID, a lot of things have changed. We are able to be here today because of Zoom. We're connecting from different parts of the world. And it's so important that we get into that sphere accurately. And so he's doing a PhD here in the UK. And like I said, we collectively, with the media angle, with the education angle, we've been running a group of schools for over 20 years. And it's really been a time going through the educational system in Nigeria. And when I came in 2018, I've been a part of different schools in different capacities. And currently, I'm a governor. That's like the board of trustees in Nigeria, in a school, and involved in curriculum design, involved in facility management. And as we were observing the atmosphere here, knowing that Nigeria has something to offer, we saw that there was a shortage in competent maths and other STEM teachers in secondary schools in the British educational system. And we're asking ourselves then in 2018, how can Nigerians get involved? Because honestly, I myself am a trained maths teacher from Nigeria. My background is in electrical engineering. I made a first class from the University of Lagos. And when I got into education, I saw that I had a problem with the way maths was being taught. And so coming here, I saw so many different ways. I still haven't gotten over the first time. Bukola, I don't know, what's your discipline, Bukola? Can you unmute and tell us?
My discipline is chemistry education.
Chemistry education, awesome. Now, I came here, you know the Nigerian system. I came here and I was watching them teach maths. Can you believe that there's actually a time where children are being trained or educated to learn maths without a calculator? Buki, what do you think of that? That's in secondary school. Doing calculations without a calculator. And it is so, I felt it was such an innovative thing. And it was so, I did a 1-month stint in a maths school. In a school that's well known for teaching maths here in the UK, and the different ways maths was being taught, not just in one way, like we unfortunately do in Nigeria, but in different ways. I was so encouraged. And I was like, how do we learn to do this in Nigeria? And then the emphasis on using worksheets, learning to use the computer, it was just so revolutionary to me. And these things are accessible for us in Nigeria. It's just a lack of knowledge. So we observe so many learning gaps. And we're saying to ourselves, how do we help the Nigerian teacher to be able to offer something globally to the world? Because we have the knowledge. We just need to be trained accurately. So Well, in 2018, the options that were available for maths teachers and other STEM teachers, are talking about teachers involved in science like you, was for you to come all the way here to pay for a course called the PGC, postgraduate certification in education, equivalent to our postgraduate diploma in education. And I also did a PGD to be able to be a qualified teacher in maths. And that was a lot of money. So we kept on, thinking about it. How do we make a difference? How do we make it possible for Nigerian teachers to offer what is inside of them? And it was very clear that we needed to go through additional education as Nigerian teachers to be able to teach here in the UK, and not only teach here in the UK, but also upgrade how teaching is being done in Nigeria in this regard. And I have to tell you that it's been an interesting journey. So why this seminar? All right, I hope that has helped you a little bit. And this seminar is to provide solutions, because recently, I believe it was February 1, the UK government made it before a Nigerian teacher has in maths or sciences, and also in languages, foreign languages, not the English language, had to pay so much money to get an education here. And also, because the Naira rate is now 900. Sorry, now then Naira to £1. So you can imagine. And February 1, the UK government flung their doors open for maths and science teachers from Nigeria. But Nigeria is just one of the countries. When I calculated the number of countries that are being allowed to get a teaching certificate now, in the UK, they have invested so much money in education, and the quality of education is so high. And I thought that the premise that we were working with in Nigeria was that we were following the UK model, And when I came here, I found out that we were quite still a bit behind in ensuring that education had the priority that it should have. I believe strongly, and so much research has gone to that. Education is responsible and is one of the main building blocks of any nation. And when we say we have problem with our leaders, like we're saying now, could it be that they were not educated accurately? Many of our leaders, and we're going to be giving you a synopsis of that, one of the highest level of thinking, which is planning and evaluation, is not embedded in the Nigerian educational system. But here, children, even from primary school, are taught how to plan, how to create, how to evaluate, basically how a higher level of thinking. So why this seminar? We want to produce solutions to the following challenges that is facing Nigeria and also some international. I will need someone to mute, please. All right, I think it's you, Buki. That's facing also other international teachers in Africa. Like I've put here in the PowerPoint, Nigeria has something to offer to the UK and other parts of the world. However, my experience in coming over to the UK in 2018 showed me some learning gaps in educating our teachers that can hinder us from excelling as maths and STEM teachers. This can apply to other countries also. The second challenge that I noticed, and this is one of the reasons why we're having this seminar, is the possibility of Nigerians and other teachers from Africa being scammed. When the news came out, this was like, now Nigerian teachers can come to Nigeria and come to the UK to teach. And a lot of people thought, all they need to do is to apply to what is called the Teachers Registration Agency, which is like our TRC and the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria, and then they can get a job. And I was like, really? But the more I checked, the more I realized that there was more to it. And so there was a lot of excitement. Now we can come. The way things are in Nigeria, we will have better opportunities here and all that. And I was like, oh my goodness, this could be an opportunity for a lot of teachers to be scammed.